channel, Life with Patty, and welcome to my kitchen. It's my day off today, but this won't post today. This will probably post tomorrow, and it's dinner time. And so I am making a really delicious, yummy recipe. I don't make it often enough, and I don't know why, because it's so delicious. And it is called the creamy almond chicken. Let me show you guys. When I first got married, oh my gosh, that would be, my son is 35, so 37 years ago, somebody gave me this cookbook. And it's just chicken recipes, and I love it. So this recipe I've made a few times, I would say maybe 5 or 6 times over the years. That's not very many times. But every time I make it, I think, why am I not making that again? Because it's so delicious. So today I was thinking, what can I make? And so I'm going to make the creamy almond chicken, okay? Now, it calls for 4 chicken breasts. I bought one of those bags at Winco with the chicken breasts that just happened to have 6 in there. So I'm not going to put 2 back in the refrigerator and cook later. So I'm going to cook all 6 of them. So I'm kind of going to double the recipe from what the book says. And we'll eat this no problem because we love it so much. We'll have it for leftovers tomorrow when I get home from work or for lunch or something, okay? So we are going to start out with, I've got my chicken breasts all rinsed and trimmed up. They're starting to get a little freezer burn, so I'm glad that I got them out of the freezer. And it's still, they'll be okay, but they're ready to go. In my bowl right here, I have 1 cup of melted butter. Okay, you can use salted or unsalted. It calls for unsalted in this, and so, anyways, we're going to get started from here. It calls for 2 teaspoons of celery salt. Let me tell you a little funny story about what I did this morning. I went through my whole cupboard looking for curry powder. Couldn't find it anywhere. Took every spice out of my spice cabinet. Guess what? The curry powder was over here. I was supposed to be looking for the oregano. So then I had to go back and look through it all over again for the oregano, which I didn't have. Luckily today is grocery shopping day, so I picked some up. Okay, it calls for 2 teaspoons of celery salt, but I'm going to put in 3 because I kind of am doubling the recipe, yet I don't want it too salty, so I'm going to put in 3. The next thing it calls for is 1½ cups of dried oregano, which I love oregano. And so I'm going to put in 3 teaspoons of this, because this is not really too salty. It's just very flavorful. So 3 teaspoons of oregano, 2 teaspoons of paprika, so I'm going to put in 3. And you know, guys, spices are one of those things, once you've got them in your cupboard or in your spice cabinet, then they'll last you a long time. But oregano is one of those things I do use a lot. So I had to buy a new one today, but that's okay. And then the last thing it says is 1½ teaspoons of curry powder. I'm only going to put 2 teaspoons in because I love the taste of curry powder, but it is a little strong. Curry powder definitely has a taste all to itself. Okay. And then it says salt and pepper to taste. I'm going to mix this up real quick. And then I'm going to do like Jan Creston. Does anybody subscribe to Jan Creston? She'll go like this. She'll go, oh, that's a teaspoon. I'm not as good as her because she's been practicing a few more years than me. But I love Jan's channel. She is a great cook. She's a down-to-earth cook, everyday home type cooking, you know. And she comes up with some great recipes. So check out Jan Preston. Normally she doesn't answer messages or comments because she's got like 70,000 subscribers. But I just enjoy watching her. And if I can't fall asleep at night, I watch her because her voice is so calming. Just lets me sleep. All right. Next thing it says to do, our oven is preheated to 350 degrees. I have an oven-ready, safe dish here. This is a clay pot, so I don't even have to spray it with Pam or anything because it's pretty seasoned. I got it about a year ago and I've been seasoning it. So the next thing it says is to dredge your chicken in the flour. So we do that. And then to dredge it in the liquid butter and spices and put it in the oven dish that we're going to bake it in. Now, I'll be honest with you guys, you know, I would have thought it would be the opposite. I would have thought, okay, you dredge it in the liquid first and then the flour. But you know what, I'm just going to go with what the recipe says today. I'm not going to challenge it like I do sometimes. And I'll put that in there. And then some of these chicken breasts, man, this chicken must have been huge. This is a big old chicken breast. I think most of the time they just cut them down, you know. Should have made this one the last one. Right. And, you know, we've got caregivers helping my husband during the day when I'm at work. And so, hey, they can have some of this with my hubby for lunch. I usually come home for lunch and make his lunch, and we eat lunch together, and then I go back to work. But depends on who's here. Some people are comfortable with doing everything. Some people aren't, so sometimes I have to come home early. But he is doing a lot better, you guys. He actually got up and went to the laundry room with his walker. I followed behind him, and he fixed the sink for me. So, for the washing machine. So I was like, wow! And then last night he's like, I'll do the dishes. I'm like, no, that's too long for you to stand. But it's nice that he's feeling better, you know, so that he feels like he can start doing that kind of stuff again. So pretty soon he'll be back at it. He'll be out at the ranch. He'll be out hunting. He'll be out fishing. Hopefully, that's our prayers, you know. All right, I'm gonna wash my hands because they're yucky now. All right. Well, I'm not going to waste this wonderful seasoning I have from the butter here because there's so much wonderful flavors in this that I'm going to pour it over the top because this is so yummy. Heck no, we're not wasting this. No, sirree Bob. Scrape that out real good. Get it all out of there, huh? Alright, good deal. Let that soak in some water. I don't have a dishwasher. I'm the dishwasher. So are you one of those folks that like to clean as you go? Because my grandma used to always teach us that. You got to clean as you go so you don't have a messy kitchen at the end. And it really has paid off because I listened to her and that's what I do. All right. Now, our next step, it says, dredge the chicken in flour, then roll them. Okay. Arrange the chicken and scatter the almond pieces over the chicken. And I forgot to look at, 3/4 of a cup. So I'm just going to put a cup in because that's what I have here. My son would kill me if he saw me doing this because he gives us so many almonds from the orchard. My son farms a almond orchard. He calls it an almond orchard. But anyways, he farms almonds. So he always gives us a big old bag. But you know what? These are nicely, conveniently all sliced up beautiful for me. And then we are going to, let's see, pour the milk over the top. And it says you can use heavy whipping cream or low-fat milk or skim milk. You know what that means to me? That means whatever you have in the refrigerator. We have 2% milk. And so it says 1.5 cups, so I'll see if I'm going to put 2 or 3. You know, I'll let you know when we do it here together. So here's our first cup. think we're just going to put 2 cups in. That should be just fine. Oh, that looks wonderful. Okay. This is to cover the dish and to bake for 35 minutes. Now, after it's done baking for 35 minutes, we're going to come back. We're going to drain these juices. We're going to add some sour cream and some cooking sherry. I don't have any cooking sherry. I do have a bottle of sangria. You know, I have some with my dinner and put it in my chicken. So, I'm going to cover this up. I'm going to cook it for 35 minutes. And then we will come back and do step 2 of this wonderful, wonderful chicken dish, okay? We'll see you in a few. Alright, you guys, it's been 35 minutes, and I pulled my chicken out. Oh, it smells so yummy. And then I drained the juice that was right here inside of the pan into the bowl. And now it calls for 1 cup of sour cream that we're going to mix into that juice there that we have. So let me get this out. Alright, we're going to put that right in here. I'm going to whisk that up a little bit. Gives it such a nice creamy, like gravy almost, you know. It's juicy. It's not really thick gravy consistency, but it's going to be poured back over the chicken, and we're going to bake it some more. And now we're going to do a half of a cup of, it says cooking sherry, but I just had sangria wine, and so that's what I'm going to use. So a half a cup of sangria wine just went into my mixture. And now I'll mix that all together really well. And then we're going to put this back in the oven for 20 more minutes, okay, you guys? It's all mixed up. Oh my goodness, that just looks divine. Alright, we're going to pour that right back over our chicken. And it actually did thicken up some. So probably from the flour from when I drenched the chicken in, it did actually thicken it up some. So we want to make sure it covers all the chicken pieces. There we go. There we go. Alright. Alright, so we're going to put this back in the oven for 20 minutes. It suggests that we serve it with pasta noodles, a bed of pasta noodles and a piece of chicken. We are not a huge pasta fans here, so we are going to do some white rice as a bedding and then put the chicken on top of it, okay? And I'll probably come back with this and I'll plate it and then I'll show it to you. Alright, I'll be back. Alright, you guys, well, I have my husband's plate here plated up. We've got some white rice and a slice of chicken over the top, and we are having broccoli with it. I did cut off a little smidgen here for me to try. This is just the best way to make it. Sometimes the crock pot dries out chicken. We do not have that problem with this, that's for sure. So, alright you guys, thanks for watching my video. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope some of you will make this recipe yourself. If you do, let me know. Let me know how you liked it and how it turned out for you. You guys have a great day, and I'll see you back here real soon. Bye-bye.